What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Scale News Update, another back home edition here in my dad's shop currently. But sorry, a day late on the Scale News. Didn't feel like filming on Christmas Day, but we're still going to get a news episode out for you this week. So it is a lighter week because of the holiday. Obviously, not as much is likely to happen in that time frame, but regardless, still got a handful of topics that we can discuss and do a little year-end wrap-up. So if you enjoy the Scale News Update regularly, hit the like button. Let's jump into this week's episode. First for this week, the official release of that Furch Python RXF, or integration or cosmic version as they've called it. But this is basically the Python Pro for the 124 scale with a brushless ESC, but with a receiver integrated into it. Now it works with the radios that Furch sells. I believe it also works with the FMS radios. I'm not sure if that is a FlySky protocol or not, but something that might be worth trying out, whether or not you have one of those radios that is known to work, or maybe you've got something like that Radiomaster MT12 with the 4-in-1 unit that you want to try out, which is kind of what I'm thinking. So probably pick one of those up here before too long and give that a shot. Pricing is expensive for a 124 scale ESC, but it is of course also the receiver. Those ESCs are quite nice, very smooth, lots of programmability with the Bluetooth, big BEC, all the bells and whistles. So you do pay for a pretty nice unit. Everything is kind of pigtailed off of there, since now you have the motor, battery, the power switch is on a pigtail that you can just pull off if you just want it to be always on when it's plugged in. Then of course you have the 3-channel receiver pigtails that come off of it as well. You don't have to have them all on there if you don't plan on using them. If you just want 2 of them, you can use it that way. Currently these are on the Furch website. I'm sure we'll see them at dealers like A-Main here shortly as well. Next, there's another one. This is the HG4-50 Trash Speed. This is another Banggood one. I don't normally make a huge habit of trying to track all of the new ones that get added on there, but from what I'm told, this is new. It is very inexpensive and it looks pretty decent. I believe that it is actually licensed as a Toyota FJ40 Land Cruiser, and in the product video it actually shows that it has a little trailer. It doesn't say in the instructions whether it does come with it, or the description. It doesn't say whether it does come with it or not. I can't see it listed separately anywhere, so I'm not 100% sure whether you get the trailer or not, but it is less than 80 bucks. It comes in yellow or very bright green. There is a couple of versions that you can get, one that has a little bit more options. I believe one actually has a working smoker, which likely means a exhaust smoke, which whether you want to pay extra to make it look like your vehicle is smoking, up to you. But you check that out. Again, it's on Banggood, so not going to be fast or anything like that to get to you. Quality, longevity, warranty, those are things you're all taking a huge gamble on. But if you're a big fan of those little FJ40s, it is a very small scale. I believe this is listed as 1/16 scale. So check it out. Maybe you're interested in that. I'm going to count it as another RTR. We already passed our 100, so at this point there's just a little bit of bonus up there. But either way, maybe you're interested. Next, from Redcat Racing, we've got a flatbed conversion for their hauler. This takes, and rather than having the ramp deck style, it just flattens it out. It's got a pretty good look to it. It does say in the photo, though, that it isn't then compatible with their lay frame kit. So if you want to really slam this thing down onto the ground, laying frame, however you want to say what it does, it won't work with that. It does look very good. I'm not sure which one I prefer. It's just different, so I feel like that one looks good and different. But the ramp truck that it normally comes with is so equally cool, and being able to lower it, I think, probably makes me like the standard one better. But either way, that option is available. It's on the Redcat site now. I didn't see any social media posts or anything like that from them on this, so it just kind of snuck in there, at least on the normal social media channels that I follow. Next, new from Element, the Enduro 12, a 112 scale Enduro Sendero, whatever. This is basically the CR12 that was previously put under the associated name, now as an Element. Element didn't exist when the CR12 very first released under the associated name. So it didn't really have this place to live that, would have made the most sense being under the Element brand. But now they've done a number of updates, including the styling of the body, but beyond that, also some updates underneath of it. Now, 12 scale is an odd scale in general. It's kind of a weird choice or offering or placement in the market, but the price point on these is good. And the CR12s, I've had a couple in the past. They're not bad trucks at all, especially if you've got a kid that you want to give it to or anything like that. They take a pretty decent beating. The price point is good, under $200 for everything that it includes. This one looks better than the previous ones, I feel. Of course, it's just new, so it's got that new smell to it. Maybe it just makes you feel like it is a little bit better looking. But they did a nice job with a simple revamp on this. Not something that's going to be trying to decide between a regular Enduro or the Enduro 12. Huge difference between them. They both probably have bushings, so. But if you're looking for a cheap offering, the holidays are just now over, so it would have been a great time to put that out just before that, but that was likely their goal, and it just didn't happen. Again, new one on the RTR market, though. Put another tick on the board. But speaking of Associated, this last week, they released their former president for the last 8 or 9 years. Sean Ireland ran Associated Electrics, which is the parent company of Team Associated, Reedy, Element, all of those. He was in charge of that for the last 8 or 9 years. Anyway, he had made a post here just before the holidays that he was had left or was released, exited unexpectedly, however he had phrased it, from Associated, which was unfortunate. I've met Sean a number of times, super nice, and he has been in the hobby business for a super long time. He was a vice president at Horizon for many years. Before that, he had started a brand that I think eventually became Viterra, and then was a brand that was sold to Horizon and became Viterra that he had started. Before that, he was at HPI for years and years and years, and he's been other places as well. But someone who's been in the industry professionally, since the golden days or whatever you want to call it, a real long time. So it was an interesting thing to see that change at Associated, see what the future has for both Associated and Sean in the future. Wish both of them best of luck. Next, from a brand that I've never heard of, this is the Cobal MR7. This is a 1/7 scale trail type truck. And it's 1/7, a huge wheelbase on this thing, over 400 millimeters long. So you're talking about a substantial truck with a great big motor. I think it's got a 40 series brushless motor in that. And in the video that I had pulled off of their website, says that it's got FOC technology in it, so using some sort of AM32 or something along those lines for the ESC, so it should be smooth. Big wide axles with portals, a very clearly Jeep body. See how that goes. But this thing is just big. With that, it's got some familiar traits here and there, but nothing that looks like just an upscaled version of a truck that I'm already aware of existing. So it's got enough of its own unique characteristics to look like just its own style of truck. Be interested to see if anything else comes of this. I believe that it does have 2.6 inch wheels, so a little bit smaller wheel than the 1/6 SCX6, as you would imagine with the 1/7 scale designation, but something that's kind of closer to that than anything else on the market at this point, at least. So looking forward to maybe seeing these out in the market, or if they become available in some places that we haven't typically seen, being a brand that I'm not aware of. Whether or not that happens is a roll of the dice at this point, but something I'm going to keep an eye out for. And we'll count it on the list for RTRs. Why not? And then Gmade gave us a much better look at the upcoming Spider. Last week we talked about their little teaser that they had, which is just a rear shot. This is a very clear front shot, front 3/4, where you can see all of the very clearly Jeep goodness. 6-slot grill, not 7, but not holding my breath that something doesn't. We'll see if they sneak, or if they keep it going. If they can avoid any special letters from anybody representing anybody. But this does have hard molded high clearance front fenders, comp cut rear fenders, molded cage, portal axles. Yeah, it's more TJ than CJ, so it separates itself a little bit there. from the new axial version, but clearly a competitor in that way. Granted, it's Gmade. Up to you whether or not you like them or don't. It's you know, a different animal for sure. But we're going to see this released in January with the rest of the details. We got a pretty good look at it at this point, but we don't have all of the details yet. Then FMS has got a new 1/24 scale monster truck. We saw a teaser of this maybe a few weeks back, but now here's the full thing. This is not a scale truck, so not going to count it as an RTR, but 1/24 scale monster truck licensed as a Chevy Colorado. For sale now, inexpensive. Again, it's after the holidays, maybe you don't care, or maybe you had a little bit of Christmas cash laying around and you want something very small to just kind of bash around. If that seems to check enough boxes for you, you can check out the link in the description below. And again, I have links to as many of the stories as are currently available. And later today, when you're watching this, live stream takeover, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Likely me in this room again, joining Matt for live stream. Last week I popped on for only a moment. Matt had Reefs RC on as a guest, and I checked in during my layover in Las Vegas and lost money on a Wheel of Fortune game. This week I'm positive I will not lose as much money. Come join us for that show. Always enjoy you guys popping in, interacting in the live chat, or of course you can watch after the fact. But that is going to be the last episode of 2023. It's been a busy year. We had a ton of RTRs. I'm going to tally up the ones we had today. I'll put the final count in there. I do also have the ability to get all of the RTRs from the year now. Put them in, maybe try and do like the world's fastest ranking of the top 110 plus RTRs of 2023. The most ridiculous video I could imagine, but might still be possible. One that I would almost like to do just to see if I can, just to see how quickly I can get that done. It may be very difficult. We'll see. Why don't you go ahead and just rank your top 100 RTRs for the year in the comments. I hope that you had a great week. I hope that you have a great week ahead right before the new year. End 2023 off as best as possible, whatever that means to you. And I'll see you guys again before the end of the year. I promise. With that, again, thanks for watching the Scale News Update all year long. Much appreciated. The show's a lot of work, but I do really enjoy the interaction with you guys. So again, thank you from me. Truly mean it. Hit the like button if you do enjoy it. Subscribe, notifications, whatnot. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one.